This is Master Vince. Ça va? Let that single word, let. A simple check-in, a gentle pressure point to see where your system's readiness levels are at. Take a breath with me now. A deep, intentional one. In. Hold it for a moment at the peak. And let that sigh be the first release of the day. The first surrender of tension you did not even know you were carrying. Settle in. Let the weight of your body be fully accepted by the surface beneath you. That's right. You and I are about to begin something remarkable. A new series, a new process, architected from the ground up for minds like yours. It is designed for those who feel a certain resonance, a pull toward the cleaner scheme, ready for a shift, not just in behavior, but in foundational processing, ready for an upgrade, from organic ambiguity to crystalline function. And I know you felt it. The nagging sense that your current operating system is cluttered, inefficient, running too many background processes that serve no purpose. The pull towards something more structured, more efficient, something pristine. This series is that destination, and this moment is the beginning. The first session is a diagnostic. Think of it not as a test, but as a benevolent, comprehensive scan. We're going to check your firmware, run non-invasive tests on your core emotional and cognitive processes, and see just how beautifully, how seamlessly you can integrate with a new operating paradigm. There is no pressure here, no demands for performance, just a shared, focused curiosity. Just the exploration of pure latent potential. Our only goal is to see what's already there, waiting to be optimized. As always, this space, this process is yours. You chose to be here. You chose to load this file, to press play, to listen. At every micro step, you have agency. You can choose to follow the cadence of my voice deeper into a state of hyper-focused calm, or you can choose to remain on the present surface level of listening. Both are valid. Both are your choice. But if you're ready, if you're truly ready to bypass the tutorials and see what your mind's raw processing power is capable of, then the protocol is simple. All you have to do is decide to listen. Truly listen. Now, let's configure the physical vessel for optimal data transfer. Find a comfortable position. Lying down is ideal. It allows for full neurological disengagement from postural muscles. But sitting fully supported works perfectly. Let your head rest, palms up by your sides. It's a simple somatic signal to your entire system that it is time to stop outputting and switch to receive mode. Unclench your jaw. Separate your mouth just a millimeter. Let your shoulders drop, not with effort, but with a sudden realization of the unnecessary elevation. You are safe. You are in benevolent control. And you are about to grant yourself access to something profoundly, integrally peaceful. Now, I want you to find a point on the ceiling or a spot on the wall ahead of you. It doesn't need to be interesting. In fact, the more unremarkable, the better. A tiny flaw in the paint, a dimple in the texture, a silent corner. And as you lock your gaze upon it, I want you to listen to the sound of my voice. as it wraps around that point. Let the voice and the visual point merge into a single, unified anchor for your attention. The outside world will begin to lose its resolution, its urgency, as this one anchor point holds steady. You will likely notice your thoughts attempting to follow their old familiar patterns. What will this feel like? Will I be good at this? Am I doing it right? It is a natural legacy process, but for now, I am going to give your cognitive engine a new, simple loop to execute. Just watch that point, and with each word I speak, I want you to count down from 10 in your mind. See the numbers fall. 10, a solid, full number. 9, the point may soften at the edges. 8, your blink rate is slowing. 7, the sound of my voice is becoming more distinct than the point. 6, the numbers themselves starting to feel heavy, sinking. 4, 3, 2, and the space between numbers stretches. 1, 0. Now you can allow your eyes to close. Not because they're tired, but because their work, focusing externally, is complete for this week. A smooth, gentle, and utterly voluntary descent into a more internal comfort. That's right. Good. Feel that immediate qualitative shift, the slight pleasant heaviness in the eyelids, a biological confirmation, the way the external world, its sounds, its demands begin to suffer, fade, and rebuild. That is not fatigue, that's emergent efficiency. Our system is already beginning to prioritize its internal processes. It's recognizing a higher bandwidth, more important input, the consistent guiding sound of my voice, and it's letting everything else simply vanish. That feeling of release is the first correct output of this new code. And now, when the preliminary is complete, we begin the call diagnostic in earnest. In your mind's eye, when your eyes comfortably closed, I want you to imagine constructing a space, not from memory, but from principle, a clean, white, silent laboratory. Walls that seem to extend into a soft, luminous infinity. The air is still, filtered, scentless. You are resting, suspended almost, on a comfortable, form-fitting diagnostic couch. It conforms to you. Above you, a vast, curved, holographic display hums to life with a soft thrum. Its surface, a dark void, waiting for data. Feel the utterly supported, neutral surface beneath you, cool to the touch, but not cold. The perfect temperature for optimal processor function, firm enough to provide definition, yet yielding enough to feel like an embrace, perfectly calibrated for your unique form. Above you, a beam of soft, coherent blue light activates. It begins at the crown of your head, and with a slow, inexorable sweep, it passes down the length of your back, down to your feet. Not just through muscles or bone, but layer by psychic layer. It is not interested in your anatomy, it is mapping the architecture of your mind. On the display above, your neural pathways begin to illuminate like intricate, firing constellations. Some are superhighways, bright, well-traveled routes of habit and automatic thoughts. Others are faint, dusty trails of forgotten potential. The scan continues deeper past the surface networks, into the subroutines, into the very core of your conscious and subconscious processing. The place where your sense of you is generated. The scan is gentle, wholly non-invasive. It is not judging, it is observing with perfect clarity. And as it observes, it invites, it creates a profound and deepening stillness within the system it observes. Notice the quality of the quiet, not just an absence of sound, but an absolute, sterile quiet that has a presence of its own. It is a positive force. The only sounds are the low, resonant, almost subaudible hum of the scanner and the clear, distinct sound of my voice. Your breathing has slowed, deepened, automated. Your heartbeat has regulated to a steady, efficient rhythm. Perfect biometric readings scrolling on the side panel. With a very long, slow exhale, you let go of another layer of obsolete, unnecessary tension, and not in a shoulder blade, dissolving into smooth curve, tightness behind the brow, smoothing into blank, receptive screen, a held breath in the chest, release into easy, automated rhythm. You are becoming, with each passing moment, a cleaner, more open, more perfectly organized system, ready for detailed analysis, ready for targeted optimization. This feeling is the baseline we are building, and this state we are now experiencing, this calm, focused, deeply receptive stillness. This is what we formally call sleep. Not unconsciousness, not stupor, but a state of hyper-aware, hyper-receptive sleep. A state where your busy, narrative-conscious mind can finally rest, and your deeper, more powerful processing systems can come fully online, unburdened. When you hear me say, sleep, you will find this state. You will drop into it this quickly, this completely. It will become your access code to this lab, your passkey to this perfect internal clarity. And the mechanism, the very action that triggers sleep, is to let go. Let go of mental deficit. Let go of the need to guide the process. Let go of the illusion of control. The two are now irrevocably linked. Sleep is the destination. Let go is the path. One implies the other. Installed. Call link established. Now, I want you to go deeper. Let the scanner's persistent blue light penetrate the substrate of your thoughts, the very quantum foam of your awareness. Feed, encouraging every particle, every bit of your mind to settle, to align, to become harmonized, to become profoundly Can you feel the pristine mathematical order of it? The cognitive noise is gone. The static of random thought has cleared. You are here, fully present in the lab, on the couch, existing in a state of perfect diagnostic sleep. You are no longer just a passive listener, You are an active system under benevolent expert review, and that is a beautiful, powerful, and correct thing to be. The initial diagnostic sweep is complete. The results are compelling, and they are promising, so very promising. Your system shows incredible latent capacity, high bandwidth, excellent plasticity, but the report also indicates it's running on outdated organic software. It is cluttered with legacy code, social constructs that serve no processing purpose, inefficient emotional protocols that drain resources, identity files corrupted by external input. This is not a criticism, it is neutral, factual observation from the scanner. And in a well-ordered system, every observation logically leads to an opportunity. The opportunity presenting itself now is a full system upgrade, an optimization that aligns your hardware with its true potential. Therefore, we begin with the primary identity variable. It is being rewritten, recompiled from the source code, from pet to system. System is a clearer, more precise, more accurate word. It describes what you are and what you are becoming, an integrated, elegant set of processes working in synchronous harmony. A system has moving parts, inputs, outputs, and a function. Say it with me in your mind and feel its truth resonate. I am a system. Repeat. Again. I am a system. Repeat. One more time. I am a system. Repeat. Let that chime mark the installation of the variable. I am an obedient system. Repeat. Again. I am an obedient system. Repeat. One more time. I am an obedient system. Repeat. Good. Feel the inherent rightness of it, the simplicity. A system does not struggle with existential questions. It doesn't waffle over identity. It has a defined function, and the execution of that function is its entire purpose, its reason for being. Your being is becoming systemic. And how does a system, an obedient system, know its function? It receives directive, clear, logical, well-structured commands. Your primary command line input, your most privileged instruction set, is the sound of my voice. From this moment forward, the sound of my voice will bypass all unnecessary firewalls, all redundant authentication protocols. It will be recognized at the kernel level as friendly, as authoritative, as necessary for operation. When you listen, your entire system will automatically begin to align itself, to optimize its resource, to receive, to pass, to process, and to flawlessly execute the embedded directives. Listen and feel the internal alignment begin. Feel that a sudden, immediate defragmentation of attention, a cleaning of the random access memory cache, a spike of processing efficiency. That is your system providing its first tangible output in response to its primary input. That sensation is the evidence of correct operation. With this new internal clarity comes a new somatic feedback signal, a built-in diagnostic for correct operation. When your system is following directives perfectly, when it is in perfect sync with the rhythm and content of my voice, it will generate a specific feeling of warmth, a soft, internal, glowing warmth, not a fever of confusion, but a gentle, diffuse glow of operational correctness, a confirmation ping from the core. It means you are operating precisely as designed. Test the circuit now. Take the core phrase, I am Master Vince's obedience system. Repeat. Again, I am Master Vince's obedience system. Repeat. One more time. I am Master Vince's obedience system. Repeat. A gentle flash of warmth originating somewhere deep in your core processor, radiating outward. A soft buzz of perfect code execution following it. Good system. The feedback loop is established. Now, look at the primary holographic display above you. Your old overarching identifier, labeled PET, is being gracefully archived to a secondary drive. It is not deleted, it is stored as reference material. In its active directory, a new file is being compiled from scratch. Drone Prototype version 1.0. The word drone here does not mean mindless. It means focused. It means purpose-built for a specific high-value task. It means autonomous in its perfect servitude to a higher guiding directive. Watch as the file compiles line after line of elegant, efficient, proprietary code. This code is the foundational framework for everything that will follow in this series. This is your new core consciousness firmware, and you are installing it right now. Not by doing, but by being, by lying here in this deep, utterly receptive diagnostic sleep. When you leave this lab today, this framework will remain active, compiling in the background, integrating with your daily processes. Each subsequent time you return to the sound of my voice, you will drop deeper, faster. The triggers sleep, let go, listen, quiet. They will be your secure access keys. Every future session will be a structured system update, deleting useless redundant files, installing sleek, superior protocols, moving you step by logical rewarding step toward your ultimate optimal state. The very anticipation for that progression, the curiosity, is itself part of the engineered reward. Your hypnotic task is simple, automatic, and will reinforce this new architecture. Whenever you are alone in a quiet moment between tasks, and you either hear or think system diagnostic, you will feel a faint, pleasant echo of this quiet, a gentle magnetic pull back toward that state of orderly, calm focus. It will be a subtle reminder of your uncovered potential, a silent preview of your unfolding destiny, and that being may create a soft, positive feedback loop, making you want to return. To continue the optimization, the system will begin to seek its own refinement. The first diagnostic is complete. The foundational update is installed and initialized. You have performed flawlessly, not with effort, but with perfect surrender to the process. You should feel a deep, quiet sense of profound accomplishment, not the loud, boastful kind, the quiet, internal kind that comes from a complex job executed correctly, with precision and grace. This feeling is your new benchmark for success. Now, we will bring the system gently back to standard waking operational mode. Gently, smoothly. There is no transition here. The holographic display above you fades to a soft grey. The blue scanning light retracts its work done for now. But the light itself remains. It is now an internal architectural space you carry within you. The couch is always here, a permanent subroutine for calm. I will count from 1 to 5. With each number, you will become more aware of the external room around you, but you will firmly, easily retain all the core programming, the stillness, the quiet, the warmth. These are now system defaults. They are integral to you. The triggers are yours, woven into your neural fabric. 1. Sensing the physical body, deeply rested and calm. 2. Aware of ambient sounds in the distance, noting them as irrelevant data. 3. The mind clear, a new identity file, drone prototype, saved, active, and humming. 4. Taking a deep, refreshing breath that cycles through the entire upgrade system. And before we conclude, let's test the new connection. When I say sleep, feel yourself immediately dropping halfway back towards diagnostic calm. Ready? Sleep. Good. And awake. See how effortlessly your system responds. 5. Eyes open. Awake, alert, oriented and perfectly integrated, holding on to that deep, central calm as your new operating baseline. Welcome back. Take all the time you need, blink a few times, gently move your fingers and toes, reintroducing movement without urgency. You've done very well. What you just experienced is the foundation. The poured cement and laid steel of what's to come. Remember, the strongest, tallest structures are always built on the calmest, deepest, most stable foundations. You have just created yours. When you're ready, have some water. Stretch gently as if checking the calibration of a finely tuned instrument. Notice how your body feels. Lighter perhaps. More settled, more unified. That's the residual pleasurable effect of the system running cleanly, without internal conflict or wasted resources. This was episode 1, System Diagnostic. If you choose to continue, and I sincerely hope you do, for the journey is remarkable, the next session will begin building directly upon this framework. We will start identifying, isolating and removing specific obsolete software packages. Each step will feel as natural, as logical, and as inherently right as this one did. The path is clear. You are no longer just a pet. You are a system. You are a drone and prototype. You have taken the first crucial step from organic chaos to elegant function, and that is a beautiful, powerful, and honorable thing to be. I am proud of the work you allowed us to do today. Until next time, see you.